Hello and welcome back to our channel, where we learn English through the lives of the world's most inspiring people. Today, we will explore the full life story of a man who changed the world of science forever, Albert Einstein. From his birth in Germany to becoming the most famous physicist in history, this is a journey of curiosity, struggle, and brilliance. Let's begin the story of Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879, in the city of Ulm, in the Kingdom of Württemberg, in Germany. His family was Jewish, but not very religious. His father, Hermann Einstein, was an engineer and salesman. His mother, Pauline Einstein, was a quiet woman who loved music and played the piano. As a baby, Albert was slow to speak. In fact, he didn't speak full sentences until he was about 4 years old. This worried his parents. But little did they know, their son would grow up to become one of the greatest minds in history. When Albert was 5, his father showed him a simple compass. Albert was amazed. Why did the needle always point in the same direction? This small moment made him curious about the world, about science, and about how things work. As a child, Albert loved to think and ask questions. He was not always happy in school. Teachers expected students to memorize facts, but Albert preferred to understand things deeply. He didn't like to be told what to think. He wanted to explore ideas on his own. Einstein went to school in Munich. He enjoyed math and science, but he didn't enjoy the strict and formal way German schools taught students. At the age of 15, he left school and moved to Italy to join his family. Later, he decided to apply to the Swiss Federal Polytechnic School in Zurich. On his first try, he failed the entrance exam, especially in subjects like history and language. But he didn't give up. He studied hard and passed the exam the next year. At the Polytechnic, Einstein studied physics and mathematics. He was not a perfect student. He skipped classes and sometimes annoyed his professors. But he was deeply curious and often studied on his own. In 1900, he graduated with a teaching diploma, but could not find a teaching job. After 2 years of searching, he finally got a job as a clerk at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern in 1902. There, he reviewed inventions and spent time thinking about physics during his breaks. While working at the patent office, Einstein began writing scientific papers. In 1905, he published 4 papers that would change the world of physics forever. He was only 26 years old. That year became known as Einstein's miracle year. One paper explained the photoelectric effect. Another covered Brownian motion. And the most famous one introduced the special theory of relativity. These papers caught the attention of scientists across Europe. Even though he was working in a small office, Einstein's ideas were powerful and revolutionary. He soon received offers from universities and started working as a professor. In 1909, he became a professor in Zurich, then moved to Prague, and later returned to Zurich again. In 1914, he accepted a position in Berlin and became part of the Prussian Academy of Sciences. Around this time, Einstein developed his general theory of relativity, which explained gravity not as a force, but as the way mass curves space and time. This theory was complex, but brilliant. In 1919, British astronomers confirmed Einstein's theory during a solar eclipse. They observed that light from stars bent as it passed near the sun, just as Einstein had predicted. This made him world famous overnight. Einstein's name was suddenly everywhere. Newspapers called him a genius. He became a symbol of intelligence, and people around the world wanted to learn more about his theories, even if they didn't fully understand them. His personal life, however, was not easy. Einstein married Mileva Marek, a fellow student. In 1903, they had 2 sons, Hans and Edward, and a daughter named Liesel, whose fate is unclear. The marriage became difficult, and they divorced in 1919. Soon after, he married his cousin, Elsa Lowenthal, who took care of him his later years. Einstein loved to play the violin and take long walks to think about his theories. He believed imagination was more important than knowledge. As a Jew living in Germany, Einstein faced danger in the 1930s. When Adolf Hitler came to power in 1933, Einstein was on a trip to the United States. Seeing the rise of the Nazis, he decided not to return to Germany. Einstein settled in the US and took a job at the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton, New Jersey. He later became a US citizen in 1940. He never returned to Germany. In 1939, just before World War II, Einstein wrote a letter to President Franklin D. Roosevelt. He warned that Nazi Germany might be building a powerful new weapon, the atomic bomb. This letter helped start the Manhattan Project. Although Einstein did not work on the bomb himself, he later said he regretted signing that letter. He was a man of peace and did not want his work to lead to destruction. After the war, Einstein spoke out against nuclear weapons. He supported civil rights and believed in a united world government to stop future wars. He continued to write, speak, and study science until the end of his life. Einstein spent his final years in Princeton. He worked on his last big idea, a unified field theory, but he never finished it. Still, he remained a respected voice in both science and world affairs. Albert Einstein died on April 18, 1955, at the age of 76. Before his death, he refused surgery, saying, "I want to go when I want. It is tasteless to prolong life artificially." His body was cremated, but his brain was kept for study. Today, Albert Einstein is remembered as one of the greatest thinkers in human history. His theories changed how we understand the universe. But more than that, he taught us to stay curious, to ask questions, and to never stop learning. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed learning English with the story of Albert Einstein, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories of famous people. Until next time, keep learning, keep dreaming, and keep exploring.